Welcome back to Cheddar's Best of CES show. Now, there's a huge emerging market in pet technology, and the days of wondering where your pup ran off to are gone. And so is the need for your old dog fence. The new Halo collar is the next generation dog safety system.
This smart collar has a built-in GPS collar activity tracker and training feature to let your pup live their best unleashed life. More than 35,000 dogs across the country are protected by Halo, and soon I'll probably add 2 numbers onto that count. I sat down with inventors Ken Ehrman and Cesar Millan to dive into this gadget. Take a listen.
The Halo collar, which comes in a box like this, is essentially an invisible fence, but without the wire. So what it allows you to do is really take your dog with you anywhere, use kind of a Google Maps view of your property, create a fence on your phone in the app, which gets downloaded to the collar, and your dog is now safe and off leash wherever you get.
Cesar, you're an expert dog whisperer. I was just wondering if you could share some of your best tips for keeping pups safe and contained with your technology.
Well, you know, everything begins with humans understanding how we influence our dogs with our energy, how we influence our dogs with our consistency on the activities. That's what I'm always saying: exercise, mental stimulation, and then it's affection. Most people like to do affection, and that end up affecting the dog. So I'm really focusing on teaching human to make sure they have a clear connection, clear communication, so they can achieve what everybody wants, which is trust, respect, and love.
So Cesar, is that how both the pet and the owner can benefit from using Halo?
Well, Halo is an extension of me. Halo is definitely the protection that you want to have around your dog. It's literally this energetic feel that allows you to feel more free, to feel more confident, especially if you go to the beach, to new places. You want your dog to always be safe. You know, dog people, number one option they have in their mind is safety. They would just want the dogs to be safe in their home, safe in their park, safe at the beach, safe at the streets. So the Halo allows you to maintain the safety net around you.
So this collar includes something called expert training, which I'm definitely very interested about. Can you explain how this feature works, Ken?
Sure. So, you know, having worked with Cesar for the last 3 years developing this collar, there's really, the training comes down to kind of 2 major elements for the collar. One is beep means fence. So your dog will learn as they get to the edge of the fence, they're going to hear a beep. And if they stop and turn around, that's good. The next element is whistle means come back. So when I call my dog before Halo, maybe 20% of the time it would listen to me, 30% of the time. With Halo, I hit the whistle button, and no matter what she's doing, she hears that whistle come out of the collar, she runs back to me like Lassie. So it's really amazing as far as being able to feel comfortable and happy with your dog off leash, being a dog, getting the exercise that they need, running around, and the confidence you get that they're safe.
So speaking of training, I do want to ask something. You know, we're all hoping that we will return to work at some point. How do we keep our pets safe when we're not at home and off the furniture now that our owners like me might not be there to supervise all day?
The Halo collar is going to help you remind your dog about the rules, the boundaries, and the limitations. So your dog, you need to learn how to teach your dog these rules, boundaries, limitations. Now, but the key on a well-behaved dog is not that he understands things, is that he's actually physically tired, right? Because a lot of times people wake up in the morning and they don't exercise the dog, so the dog has this energy that he needs to release. So in order for the dog to give you a consistent behavior, you have to give a consistent exercise so he can give you the behavior you're looking for when you go away from home. So exercise, then is the mental stimulation, rules, boundaries, limitations. And of course, once you come back home, that's the affection. Exercise, discipline, affection.
All right. I want to ask a question about Halo in general. So you recently announced that it's fully subscribed for another round of funding. What's next for Halo, and what new advancements do you think your team will be working on with this funding, Ken?
Well, the biggest thing we're looking to do is invest in the content that we're providing to our customers. So what we call gold level content is access to world renowned trainers like Cesar and others that he recommends, so that not only do you get a great tool in Halo to take your dog anywhere safely, but you get access to world renowned trainers who can help make sure that you're having the best relationship possible with your dog beyond the safety element. But to give you an idea, you take this beacon and you put it on your couch, you put it on your new rug, you put it in the kitchen, and it'll work almost exactly like an indoor fence. So they're going to get the same beep that they would get when they get to the edge of the boundary of the property when they go into the kitchen. So they're going to learn where's off limits, where they're allowed to go through the use of the Halo beacons. But the main purpose of the funding is to really grow our marketing, grow our sales, and get this collar out there to the 100 million dogs in the United States that could all benefit from a safe life off leash. I mean, one of the statistics that's unbelievably upsetting, and really one of the main reasons that I was so interested in this, as well as Cesar, is my niece's dog got out of their invisible fence and was run over by a car and killed. And it was really tragic. She was 11 years old at the time, and it was her first experience with death, and it was terrible. And I knew I was in this industry and I could essentially create a fence that you can't get out of. You can't get out of GPS. So with the invisible fence, you just get past the wire and you're out. So, really our focus was to solve the biggest problem facing dogs, which is that about 10 million dogs are lost every year and 1 million are hit by a car. And with this technology, it's almost like an iPhone for dogs. We have the ability now to keep the dogs safe, keep them off leash, and have an amazing experience that, I take my dog with me anywhere now. When I go on vacation, if I go hiking, and I always used to be nervous that my dog would run away. Now I'm completely calm and confident that with Halo, she's safe.
That's thanks to Halo co-founders Ken Ehrman and, of course, the one and only Cesar Millan. Coming up, we hear about the latest advancements in food technology and how we are going to see more personalization when it comes to the future of our food.